I'm Christine. I'm one of the co-founders of Blue Lobster, and at Blue Lobster we're creating a digital procurement tool to allow fishermen to work directly with their customers.
Why did you choose to get involved in the Global Scale-Up program?
Yeah, so at Blue Lobster we had basically been working with fishermen in the Danish context, and we realized that in order to really have a big impact we need to start to work with other local governments, because a big part of working directly with fishermen is tapping into the reporting system. So it requires that we tap into and report on their behalf. And we saw this as a really great opportunity to be able to get access to different players in different contexts so that we can start helping fishermen in those different countries. I think it's really cool that when we started off, we were just going down to the harbors and we were talking directly to the fishermen and we were hearing about their struggles. And now through this Access program, we've been able to elevate that to a whole new level, and we can start to talk to the people who are actually doing the reporting and making the decisions that are affecting those fishermen. And that is such a cool journey to be on.
What has it been so important for you
Yeah.
over the last few days and your work at Blue Lobster?
Yeah, so I think it's been really important for us to be able to get access to people that we otherwise would have to really fight to get just an introduction. Everybody here has been so open and ready to come with suggestions about who we should talk to and make introductions, and the startups, the organizers, everybody wants to help, and that's been a really, really cool experience.
What have been some of the benefits to some of those people in the public sector that you've been speaking with so far on the Global Scale-Up program?
Yeah, I think one of the really cool things about this cross-collaboration with the governments and startups is that the startups are bringing this new, active, very creative and fast-paced energy to problem solving. And I think that the dynamic of the civil servants who have power to really make change and the startups who are willing to test things out, try things, and really run fast in a direction is really a way that we can have huge impacts. That's pretty much unexplored. I hadn't really heard about these collaborations in practice until I had heard about some of the success cases downstairs. I think something that the public sector can really learn about through this type of program is to see other success cases that have happened in other contexts and start to replicate that and bring those solutions into their own context without having to start from scratch. So it's about knowledge sharing and connection.
So straight after the Global Scale-Up program, who would you want to speak to next, and how do they get in contact with you?
Yeah, so after this program, we would like to talk to anybody who is working in the fishing industry, specifically anybody who's on their tech team or part of the decision makers. And if you want to get in contact with us, you just write us at info@bluelobster.app, or you can go find our contact information on our website. But yeah, we would love to hear from you and start to get the balls rolling.
My name is Nima Tisdall, and I'm one of the co-founders of Blue Lobster. Basically, we are a procurement tool where anyone can work directly with sustainable fishermen, cutting out, on average, 5 middlemen from the seafood industry and helping fishermen sell directly to their customers.
Why did you and Blue Lobster choose to get involved in the Global Scale-Up program?
So at Blue Lobster, we decided to get involved with the Global Scale-Up program because we were looking to work together with the public sector. And to be honest, when you're a startup and you're trying to navigate different governments all across the world, it's difficult to know who to talk to, how to get access to them, and how other foreign governments work and how they're structured. Who can actually make the decisions? How do we get in contact with the right people? We hadn't really found other programs that really offered what this program did, which was an understanding into the different markets, as well as access to the right people. So we thought it was a really unique opportunity for us to get right in there.
So, Nima, what have been some of the highlights for you over the last few days?
Some of the highlights of the past few days has definitely been the connections that we've made. Definitely being in person helps because we've been in lockdown for 2 years. Getting to look at people and hear about their experiences, understanding their context. It's easy to get people a little bit excited when you get to pitch to them directly, right? So I think we'll leave here with hopefully some new partnerships and some new markets that we can get into.
What did you expect coming to this event? Yeah. And sort of who are the kind of people that you're meeting that you're really pleased with?
Yeah. So coming into this event, we were really hoping to meet some decision makers who could actually help us access the new markets, and we've definitely done that. We also, in general, are looking for people like producer organizations that have access to the local networks. And while we didn't meet those people right here, we did meet people who know those people. So we have people that now have these extensive networks and can make the introductions for us as we're entering new countries.
what do you see as immediate opportunities for Blue Lobster after this event?
So after this event, I think our immediate opportunities are to go and get access to the fishing ministry people that we need to speak to. And coming off this, we now have maybe not access to the fishing ministry individuals, but we do have access to someone in the government, in that sphere. And getting that warm introduction really, really helps when you're trying to get the attention of civil servants who are just really busy. So it helps you kind of stand out and speed up the process. In a few words, the Global Scale Up program for me is a moment of optimism in how we can connect the startup innovation with the bit slow-moving government sectors.
You know, if you're talking to other tech startups,
Yeah.
you know, what would you be telling them about the Global Startup Program?
So if I was speaking to another tech startup, I would just tell them to look at the opportunity in working together with governments. You reach so many people. The impact is huge because you just get this huge audience of people that you can come out and you can benefit from your technology. So I think it's a really overlooked area in terms of the startup scene.